Just being honest. Nothing but the truth, yeah. Nothing but the truth, yeah. Honesty, CJ, honesty. CJ, honesty, CJ, honesty. CJ, honesty. Just being honest. Nothing but the truth.
Welcome to another episode of
CJ Honesty.
And today
is Easter weekend.
Easter weekend for all the Easter people out there, and for all my fellow Christians out there, believers in Christ. It is Good Friday. It is the Resurrection Sunday, whatever day you're watching.
And what's today?
Well, we record on Saturdays, but we post on Sundays.
Yeah, so what's Saturday?
Saturday is when he's in the grave, when Jesus is in the grave.
Yes.
So,
and you know what I miss going to, like, I know some churches are open, but I miss going to churches and fellowshipping. Yeah. And like doing the whole Easter service and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you feel that way too?
Yeah, definitely. I miss the fellowship of the churches and everything. Definitely more inviting, more, I don't know, more of a feeling of being together than
unity.
Unity, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely not the same when it's online. Yeah. But, hopefully by next year, everything will kind of have like somewhat of a normal. Mm-hmm. We go back to being normal. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
See what the Lord does.
But we're going to take this time to talk about some things that has been happening in the world and share our thoughts on some things, because people have asked us, what we thought, and we wanted to wait until we talk about it for our podcast. Yeah. So let's start with this situation that's sad. It's with the Asians, no Asian hate going on. Yeah. To be honest, I haven't looked into it fully, but what I heard was that it was some people who are Asian who were murdered. Yeah,
I heard it. I think it was 6 women, if I'm not mistaken. I did not read this whole thing. I just heard about it. So this one right here I didn't actually read about. But I did hear it was 6 women that got shot by Asian women that got shot by a young white male for whatever reason. I think it was in a nail salon, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was somewhere where people somewhere it was a business. Yeah. And who shot was not trying to be was it a white man? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because this usually, if this is a pattern. Ones who go and do massacres and all that are white men. Yeah. I'm trying to keep it real, It's true. You never hear no Hispanic man doing it, no black man, no Asian man going with a rifle.
It might just be because they know it's a little bit easier for them as far as the laws and everything.
Well, yeah, definitely to access a gun is easier for them. Yeah. But yeah, another thing I noticed was that a lot of people, I feel like the energy that people are giving towards this is not the same as for black people. Mm-hmm. And I think, it's kind of like, yeah, that's what I've noticed. But besides, let's take the color out, like the whole hating. Like, hate is a strong word, right? Yeah. And we're not supposed to hate each other. We're supposed to love each other. That like Christ loved, us. Yeah. And Christ loved other people too. Mm-hmm. So let's start with that. It's a lot of hate in the world.
Yeah, it is.
And we need to, I don't know what the solution to that is. What do you think?
I mean, you know what I'm about to say.
I know. But what are you about to say? Share it then.
Well, my solution is Jesus. I don't have no other solution other than that. Mm-hmm. If that upsets you, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, that's it.
But, You follow everything that he says, even if you look at it from a point, even if you don't necessarily believe that there was a man named Jesus and that he was the Son of God. You look at everything that he laid down as a foundation about how to love one another, about how to treat one another. If you offend one another, everything, he lays all of that down. So if you actually looked at that even from a non-believer point of view, you'd be like, wow, this might actually fix some things, you know. And a lot of things, people actually copy the Bible. They don't get the Bible credit, but they actually copy the Bible and write down things that work in psychiatry and the different things that people use in different areas, you know. So I think I would definitely tell people out there that's listening, if you're not a believer, if any other time than this, then you know, definitely try him out. Even if you're not per se going to trying to join a church. You know, I would say personally, in your own time when you're alone, actually take time out to speak to God and Jesus the Son and the Holy Spirit and ask them if they are real. You know, if they're real, reveal yourself to me. You know, if you're real, if you're a real being, if you're a real person that's in this Bible, you know, reveal yourself to me. You know, and that doesn't, your friends don't got to know you did that, your family, nobody. That can be between you and God, you know.
Yeah.
So
remember, that reminds me of when Moses asked God to reveal himself with the burning bush. People, like, that's a popular scene.
Yeah.
Like, people are familiar with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the same like that. I mean, I think other people have done it too in the Bible. Yeah. Where they asked God to reveal himself. Was there another person that you know of? So many. But,
and it's not even like they necessarily asked him to reveal himself, but like you see Moses, you see Paul. He thought he was preaching the gospel right, but he wasn't. And then Jesus came to him and said, Paul, why do you persecute me? Yeah. You know, it's really Jesus kind of shows yourself to him. To you, you know, and more so in a way, you know. And I think a lot of times with people, you see glimpses of God in your life and you question like, oh, could that have been God and stuff, even if you don't believe. And I would say, you know, just take that chance to see that he is real, you know.
Yeah, you're definitely right.
Yeah.
I just scratched myself.
Oh, wow.
Ow.
Clumsy.
No, I'm not.
Wow.
Wait a sec. I just scratched myself. Oh, man. That hurt. Wait. My nails look terrible. Okay, anyways. Wow. Moving on. Why would you clap for that? My nails are terrible right now. You would clap for that?
Oh, no.
What?
I'm still learning this board.
Oh, my goodness. John.
You know what? While you're thinking about that, let's move on to this other thing that's going on with Derrick Jaxn.
Oh, Lord.
Derrick Jaxn. Oh, my God. So much from that.
It was too much to unpack. We definitely need to get into this.
I'm not going to get too deep on the spiritual side of that. But
no, you have to, because it's a spiritual part to it. Yeah. With the wife, she's a believer. I think
you know what?
Yeah, we have to talk about this.
She did come out.
Yeah,
you know, with that, and then everybody thought that she was being a Looney Tune by doing that.
Okay, so let's start off with what we saw. So it came out, like, for those who don't know, there was a video that came out with Derrick Jaxn, who is Derrick Jaxn, who is a social media.
He's a relationship guru. Yes. He calls himself self-proclaimed.
Yeah, he basically he gives advice to women and tells women about how men are.
Right.
And what they should look for and all that stuff.
That's what I always knew he was fake.
You told me that before. Fake. You was like,
I told Christina this months ago that he was fake.
I was like, wow, you called it before.
That because he was somebody who never gave accountability. So anybody who is, I understand if you're giving one group of people advice. If I'm a man and I'm giving young men advice, or any kind of men, boys or men, or if I'm a woman and I'm giving women advice, then I'm not just gonna sit there and talk about how bad the other group of people are, which that is a part of it. If you're telling them about things that you need to watch out for, or how, if you're telling a woman how a man should treat you, or if you're telling a man how a woman should treat you, that's right. You know, you should tell that person this is how you're supposed to be treated, and this is how you shouldn't be treated. But when you are constantly saying what's wrong with the opposite sex, and you're not giving any accountability to the person that you are trying to mentor, that screams, that you are trying to manipulate that person. Or first of all, you're not giving that person any sound advice about themselves. That you're trying to make that person feel like, what am I trying to say? That they can always just come to you if they need to feel better, because you're going to tell them what they want to hear. That's what I'm trying to say. They know that you're not going to give them any constructive criticism. You're not going to edify their mind or their thought process. You're just going to boost their ego. Or if you're, for my Bible people out there, the Bible calls it being puffed up.
Okay.
That's what he was doing with a lot of women. I knew he was doing reverse psychiatry on a lot of women. What he was doing is that he puffed them up. He boosted their ego by telling them how good they are and how bad men are. And that's fine if you're gonna say, okay, men don't be with a man that's gonna cheat on you. Don't be with a man that's gonna hit you. All that is right. But if you're not balancing saying anything good about men, there are good men out there as well. Yeah. And that's what I didn't hear. That's what I didn't hear from him, is him saying, okay, these are the bad men, but he never said anything about what to look in for a good man.
So he was bashing the male
species
the whole time.
Said what was wrong with men, but he never said anything about what was good about men, or what kind of man you should be looking after. He made himself look so like he was the only good man out there. And now, of course, reverse psychiatry tells you that, okay, if this man is like the only man that's really talking with some sense, and this man is making me feel good about myself, and he goes into my hurt, because that's really what you're doing, is playing into people's hurt, that they have, and pain that they have from the past, the men that they've been hurt with by, So you look at him and you say, oh, he understands my pain. Like, yeah, all men are dogs. All men are cheaters. All men are this and that. And you just get a rush off of that. You get a rush off of your anger, and off of your hostility. Yeah. And off of your unforgiveness. You get, every time you watch him, he's going to say something that you agree with. So you hit him up personally, not knowing that he has a wife and everything, thinking like, oh, maybe, I'm a good looking woman. I'm a good woman. Maybe he will be attracted to me, Yeah.
I also think, though, he was using a marketing strategy where his target audience are women who have been hurt, right? So of course he's going to not say anything bad about them. Yeah. That was his strategy when you think about it. So like, that makes sense, right? Yeah. Yeah, so that was his target audience, right? So that's what he was doing. And I do agree with what you were saying, but that's a marketing strategy. He was
doing both of those things. Yeah. He literally was doing reverse psychiatry to women to get them to sleep with him, making it seem like he was the only good man in the world. And
make him to sleep with him?
Yeah. And then also, make women feel more comfortable with him playing on women's emotions, because women are emotional. Yeah. Women operate more in their feelings more than men do. Men are more logical. Women are more emotional. That's how you guys operate. So, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
That's just how we are. You know, that's just how men are. That's how women are. Men are more logical. We think kind of straightforward. Women think more so in circles. Men think about like, how can I solve the problem? Women think about a problem like, oh, this, that, and this about the problem. When men is like, oh, this is the problem right here, I'm going to fix it.
I think we need a balance of that, or both.
Well, that's what men and women are for. We balance each other.
Okay, that's true.
So that's I wouldn't even say we need to balance in ourselves. I think we balance, men and women balance each other.
Wait, no, I disagree, because I don't think you should be too emotional individually. Like as an individual, if you are too emotional, you can't regulate your emotions. So I feel like you need to be logic sometimes and be in touch with your emotions.
Oh right? Yeah, I mean, in
that's
that sense, like don't be too much of it. Yeah,
yeah, that's what I mean. Because I've been through that. Because I'm more of an emotional person. Yeah, and but doesn't work out all the time.
With Derrick Jaxn, he's doing a reverse psychiatry, and he's also was using them to sell his merchandise.
That part got to me. So let's get into that part. So, what happened? It's been a week ago since this happened, or 2 weeks since this happened. Anyway, this happened recently where he posted a video of him and his wife addressing rumors about him cheating on her, and this video became viral because basically people, like you said, women looked up to him and looked at him as like a really good guy. And basically he admitted that he has cheated on his wife, and then she said that she knew about it. So they already had a previous conversation. But the part about it is that people was talking about is her appearance, how she looked in the video. She had a bonnet on, and basically like people were like thinking, why would he do that to his wife? Yeah. Because it looked like he embarrassed her. Yeah. It was an embarrassment. Yeah. And then this was on Facebook. When in the comments under the video, he was posting the link to a book that he has. Yeah. And I'm like, really? And it's called like Healing Without Hurting Each Other. Really? Yeah, why would he?
So it's almost like it was like
It was a marketing.
But he said he made this other video.
Which one?
Where he was talking in third person.
Oh, that one. That tripped me out.
He did say that while he was talking in third person, he did say that this actually had happened a while ago, and the video they made he had just for whatever reason made the video as if he had just cheated, but it had actually been a while ago that he did that.
No, and then later on there has been his mistresses have come out, his side chicks came out and started talking about everything. He currently has a side chick. Yeah. And she spoke out and all that. So talking about they just seen each other recently. And this is as recent as like he started talking to this woman back in like December of last year.
I mean, I'm not surprised about that.
And he has a second. He was with, and he has a second woman too that just spoke out. Yeah. So there's interviews with them. So if y'all guys want to look it up, it's interviews of these women. But I think it's messed up. Yeah. What do you think? Or do you think the wife is in it too for like just for the marketing because of what he's doing? You think she's part of it, like that whole marketing strategy thing going on, a publicity stunt? What do you think?
She could be in it just for really the money or the publicity stunt. We don't know their personal life.
True. So yeah,
she could just be in it for the whole publicity stunt, or they really could be going through that, and she's just really insecure with herself.
Well, she has mentioned that she's insecure too. She dealt with insecurities when she was younger, and also he's been doing this since they've been together since college, and when she was pregnant.
Yeah. The other part that, as a Christian, me watching that video that she made
with her with the army, attire.
Yeah, that was a little overboard with her wearing the clothes, saying she's in the army of God. I don't know.
Breastplate of
the breastplate of righteousness.
Yeah, and all that.
But this is why you keep your. A lot of times you want to keep your prayers and everything to yourself, because first of all, the world, if you're believing in God to keep your marriage even after what happened, first of all, in the Bible, for all the people who are out there that they are following that, in the Bible, first of all, it tells you the one reason for divorce is, I'm sorry, the two reasons for divorce. I'm sorry.
Get yourself together.
The two reasons for somebody to be separate, during marriage, to not be with somebody who you've been married to, is either they pass away, or the one reason, if they're still here and they're still living, the only reason to divorce them would be them cheating on you.
Yeah.
So God actually gives that to you, because he knows that when somebody does that, when they commit infidelity or adultery, he knows the feeling of that betrayal. It's almost like somebody did pass away. That's the feeling of somebody betraying you, So he does give you a pass with that. So but if she wants to pray about her marriage working out, I think she should have kept that between her and God. I don't think she should have got on Instagram saying that, God said this and that, or she's praying to God about keeping a marriage and, the enemy, did this and that. I do believe that, that we, like the Bible says, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and things in high places.
Yep.
I do believe in that.
Yeah.
But I also believe that people have this thing that God gave us called free will. Somebody can freely choose to do what they want to do. Now, I think the enemy, or the devil, whatever you want to call him, he definitely, I think he gives you thoughts, suggestions, and ideas. Or he tempts you to do something. He tempts you. He puts something in front of you to get you to do something. But ultimately, it's up to you to make that decision whether you want to act on it or not. And that's why it's called free will. You can do what you want to do. You know. So as far as blaming the enemy that, somebody cheated on you, I don't know if I would have called that the enemy. That's just that person making that decision that they wanted to cheat. And that's what made it a little embarrassing for Christians, because it made us look, when you talk about stuff or bring stuff up and you don't really know what you're talking about, this is why the Bible says study to show yourself approved, because you end up looking silly, and then you end up making other Christians look goofy, or
exactly, and that's
when not mentally stable or anything like that.
And that's why people have this negative perspective on Christians. Yeah. And they're kind of confused of how we operate, because people are like, how she is. And also God says not to accept someone treating you bad. We don't have to accept that.
Yeah, he says we do have to forgive them, but we don't have to, necessarily be in that.
Exactly, be in their surrounding, or in the same space as them. Yeah. So, and also, I was gonna say that I don't know. I feel bad for her, but at the same time, I think she knows what she's doing. I think she's just in it for the money. That's what I think.
Could be.
Yeah, because she started saying she's gonna start posting more about things and doing videos and all that. Like right after this, it just seemed like it was it seemed like they took it insensitively. I don't know, and I don't even know that's a word, but they were insensitive about it.
Yeah.
The way he was commenting the link in the post the link in the comments, it was insensitive. It didn't show any genuine or any like concern.
Right. No.
Like, I don't know. That didn't sit right with me. It didn't sit right with my spirit. It didn't. I even responded to him on Facebook. Yeah. Yep. I forgot what I said, but I said something about it.
You thought you was gonna see your comment?
Probably not, but I said what I said. I comment what I commented on. Yeah. So
that's just the sad part for me being a Christian. It's just looking at how people look at us like we don't have a sound mind, like we can just be used. I seen this post that said, "Oh, you might as well date a Christian man or a Christian woman because you can just cheat on them and they'll just
forgive you." They just they would just stay with you, right?
Yeah, they'll just blame the devil and we'll just keep going.
Work it out.
And
oh man,
I felt so embarrassed and saddened by looking at that post, to think that it's crazy. So people expect, on one hand, they think we have so much grace to the point where we're just straight, just
pushovers,
doormats. And then on the other hand, they think Christians are just these judgmental people, evil, judgmental people. So it's like, on one hand, if you got grace as a Christian, people think you're a pushover. And then when you got standards, they think you judgmental. So it's like it's a no-win situation with Christians.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good point.
Yeah.
And it is hard to get out of that box that people put you in.
Yeah.
And also, what I don't like in media, they make Christians look crazy.
Oh yeah,
like I don't like that whole characteristic of, or trying to make us look like that. Mm-hmm. We're not crazy. I mean, we're not. I mean, I don't think I've been told I'm crazy in a good way though. Mm-hmm. Like I have fun, right. More like easygoing kind of. Yeah. But I'm not like loca. Yeah. You think I'm loca?
Nah. But let's move to you know what? Speaking of mentally, people going through mental stuff.
Oh yeah.
In the Christian.
That's a big one.
Era. Mm-hmm. Everything that's going on with that with Kirk Franklin.
Yeah.
And went on with his son. He apologized. He made a video about using profanity to his son. We don't know what his son said to make him go off like that or get out of character like that. But
yeah, and the son leaked the video, by the way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. My thing is that, first of all, if he had the time to record he started recording before Kirk Franklin even started to use profanity, which tells me that he obviously said something that he knew was going to trigger him.
Okay, so he was instigating.
Yeah,
the son was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't. And then later on, it came out that apparently Kirk Franklin's son, is saying that Kirk Franklin, might have raped him or abused him.
What?
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's really strong allegations.
Yeah, and I haven't heard anything else about that. So I don't know, what's going on with that. Just pray that everything's okay. We can't even really get into that like that because
we don't know all the details.
Yeah. And he's not Kirk Franklin's son. He's not being clear about. Something leak came out about him saying that, and he never really specified on it. So if he's not going to specify on it, let's say, God forbid, but let's say Kirk Franklin really did do that. Mm-hmm. If you don't come out and clearly say that, then there's nothing that can be done. People talk in circles, just like this thing that's going on now with Ty Tribbett
Well, what's going on with Ty Tribbett?
Let me say.
What?
What's things going on with Ty? Ty Tribbett made a video and then also got musical artist named Male Music. Both of them made videos talking about the gospel industry and how crooked they are and stuff they want you to do, but they didn't say the stuff that they wanted you to do to get this stuff. They just said, "Oh, I wasn't willing to." Both of them in their video said, "I'm not willing to do this to get that," and they didn't say what it was. So my thing is that, what are you scared of to say that what it is, whatever is going on, and is it something where somebody's going to actually hurt you, to the point where you can't say anything, or
I think I have a feeling what it could be, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah. So
with the men, because this happens in the music industry.
Yeah, but you wouldn't think it's going on in the gospel industry, but
well, a lot of people cross over.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't change your fruits,
yeah,
what you think you're gonna get? Yeah. Like, people don't change their fruits; they're gonna still do the same stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I didn't know about that, about Ty Tribbett and Male Music.
So the Ty Tribbett video came out about 6 months ago, but it's just now getting like attention. And then the Male Music video just came out maybe a couple of weeks ago.
Seriously? So they're basically they might be.
Both of them hasn't done music in a while, and they were saying that they hadn't done anything
for a reason,
for certain reasons. So.
I thought Ty Tribbett was is he a pastor? I thought he was.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I thought he stopped doing music.
No, he said he stopped doing music not just because he was a pastor, but for those reasons. Interesting.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know what to say about that. I just it's a lot goes on behind closed doors, which is crazy, right? So you gotta know what you're getting yourself into if you're about to, get into music and whatever you're doing, even the acting world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and modeling, we've interviewed a model, actor. You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
The entertainment industry, it's like, it's really a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah.
That people don't realize.
Yeah.
So.
So last thing, this episode's not going to be too long today. No. We just want to talk, chit chat with you guys. You guys can leave your comments on Instagram or on YouTube.
Down in the comments.
And get in the conversation with us. We want to hear what you guys have to say or what your opinions are on things.
Yes, and we're going to move on to the next one. Last one we're going to talk about is the Lil Nas X situation here that happened. So probably a lot of people know this, but this last weekend, Lil Nas X, who's a rapper,
is it Nas or Nas? I think it's Nas.
What?
Lil Nas.
I said Lil Nas.
You said Nas.
Okay, Lil Nas. My bad. Lil Nas
How
X.
I know that? I don't even listen to
First of all, I pronounce things weird, okay? So Lil Nas X. So last weekend he's a rapper and he's known for the song called Old Road.
Don't ask me. Don't look at me. I don't listen to that.
It's the Old Road Town song that most kids know about. That was it was popular a few years ago. Anyways, he dropped a music video called Montero. It's called Montero. And he dropped some sneakers, customized sneakers. I forgot what it's called, but it was basically it had a pentagon. What's it called?
Yeah, it had a pentagon.
Yeah,
it had,
and a 666 number on it.
Yeah, it had a Bible scripture talking about when
what? The
the
was it John?
Devil, no, it was Luke.
Oh,
when the devil. I'm not even gonna get into it really, but
yeah. So he put that on the sneakers.
Put that on the sneaker.
Yeah, and it was controversial because it was disturbing.
Some people saying that you should be just. Things have gone so far now, with just being
very sickening.
The Christian belief where people are just, you can say what you want to say about Christians and that's pretty much it. And then Christians can't say not one word about anything, you know. And it's just crazy now. You know, Lil Nas is blankly just doing something. And then he comes up with an excuse that, oh, well, when I was younger, the church didn't treat me well for this and that reason. And now, so years later, you can make the excuse now. Literally years later, you make a blasphemy video because of church people. So you do that you blaspheme God because of how somebody in church treated you, basically.
Yeah, like it doesn't, two wrongs don't make a right.
And that's a lot of people's problem. They got hurt in church, and now you don't talk to God. But the church hurt shouldn't have had anything to do with your relationship with God in the first place.
Yeah, but you know why I think people have a hard time? Because they're trying to separate. They have a hard time separating the people who's giving you the word, like teaching you, and separating from God, like the two. You know what I'm saying? They can't. So if someone's treating you bad, that person's not going to receive anything from you if they're hurt. You get what I'm saying? So that's why people who are non-believers has a hard time with receiving from people who, you know, are the preacher of the word, you know, the Bible. They're gonna have a hard time because they're not open to receiving anything that they're saying to them. Yeah. So, but it was disturbing. I didn't even watch the music video. I didn't care to. I seen the sneakers.
I see people saying, you know, stuff about it where they're agreeing with it and they don't even believe in God. So that part confuses me as well, where you feel like you want to agree with the video, but you don't even believe in God. So how
they could be Satanists? People. I mean, they could be Satanists. It's just I don't know how percentage of the population are Satanists, but it's a group of them. It's a community of them. So those people could very well be those people who are saying that. Yeah.
I mean, the world is just different now. You know, you don't believe that there is a God, but you believe that
there's a devil.
You believe that crystals can help you. So you know, you believe in spirits, but you don't believe in the God. So you don't believe in the top God spirit, but you believe in spirits. So where do the spirits come from? Then?
You don't believe in the big G, but you believe in small G's.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what that is.
Basically, that's what people are saying. You know, you believe in that you have a spirit. You believe that there are spirits, but you don't believe that there is one true spirit that is above all the other spirits. Why? Because you just don't like the idea of somebody controlling you, because you probably just have some kind of hurt that's in your past. You have some kind of control, trust issues where I'm never gonna let somebody do this to me again. I'm never gonna let nobody control me again or do me like that again. And then you take that and put it on the creator, you know.
Yeah.
And you have all this malice for that, you know, but for some reason something in you tells you that you need to search for your answers in sage and yoga and crystals, but you just don't want to search it in God because you have a hard time. When you think about God, you think about church, and you think about the people that hurt you at church, so you don't want anything to do with church or the people or God and his people or anything like that. So you're going to try to find your own spiritual route, because when you think about God, you think about your hurt. So I know that God, in people's mind, they're like, oh, I know that God is a spirit, but I'm not going to search that route because that route has too many reminders of my pain. It has too much reminders of me not being able to do what I want to do when I want to do it, how I want to do it.
Or they say it's too much restrictions.
Limitations.
Well, yeah, it's true, guys. Yes. I would have to say it, being a Christian, it means sacrifice. It means sacrifices.
Yeah, and
are you willing to sacrifice certain things to follow the ultimate, like, you know, Christ-like path?
Right.
You know, Christ-filled life. And if you do that, is not bad, guys. Like,
a lot of the things that you sacrifice is not even that bad, though.
I wasn't done yet. What I was gonna say is that if you do that, you will receive all the blessings that you're supposed to. That's why I don't think people understand. You know, like people see people who are not saved. They see the success. They see like the things that they're getting, but it's not everything that they supposed to get. You know what I'm saying?
Weird the way people see Christians. They want you to give to the poor, but at the same time, they think you're supposed to be poor. And they think if you got That's money baffling. Like TD Jakes or Joel Osteen, they think you're some kind of fake snake pastor. Just because you got money. Like Christians aren't allowed to have money. But at the same time, they think that Christians should, like, oh, aren't Christians supposed to be these giving people? So you want us to be poor, and give to the poor at the same time is what you're saying.
But no, like I said,
there's a double standard that people hold to Christians. But go ahead.
Like I said, they are living a Christ-filled, we would hope, right? They are let's say they're living a Christ-filled life. I just, like, if you do that, you receive all your blessings. That means you're not going to be poor. God's going to give you, like, reward you. That's the difference.
Again, a lot of people don't know how much a lot of these quote-unquote rich pastors that you see on TV or whatever like that, you don't see all the stuff that they do behind the scenes, giving to neighborhoods and giving. I don't know if people know what pantries are, but pantries where you're giving out food to poor
pantries,
people.
Yeah,
you know, people don't see that. People don't see where the rich pastors where they're giving out they're giving money, right? Okay, like they're like, well, you're giving your offering to these pastors, and they're just taking your money, but nobody knows about the part where these pastors are giving that money right back into the neighborhoods that their church are in, you know, right back into,
Wait, I just
go ahead.
I just thought about something. When you were saying that, it's funny because they say we're judgmental, but yet they're judging us. Like,
that's the crazy part.
Yeah, I just realized, based on what you were saying, we're judging. Okay, here it goes. Here we go. If you agree with me or not, we judge each other. How about that? Okay, we all judge each other. Okay, and I believe we do.
I think everybody,
because everybody be acting like they don't be judging each other. And I'm gonna say this: I judge people too. How about that? I'm gonna say I'm gonna admit that. I'm gonna say, if I see a woman dressed a certain way, I'm gonna judge that. I say that for myself. Yeah. I'm gonna put it out there because people be acting like they don't judge each other.
To say don't judge somebody, but that's the craziest thing you can say in the world is that don't judge, because if there is somebody who is, let's say they're a rapist and they're coming around, you have kids and they come around your children, you have to judge that person's character. Unless something bad might happen to your child if you're not around your child and that person is around your child. Yeah. So you just judge that person based on their character, based on the fruit of how they act, or people, or you say people vibe or whatever. When you don't even realize when you say
energy.
Oh, when you don't even realize when you say, "Oh, I felt their vibe, their energy." You're judging that person.
I say that.
That's judging.
I judge.
That's judging. When you're talking about I felt the person's energy or vibe, you just judge that person. That's what that is. So the only
I'm keeping it 100 here. I judge sometimes. Like
people judge. People judge all the time.
And I hate when I'm not gonna say I hate, but I strongly dislike when someone act like they don't do that. Like, don't act like you don't do that. I try not to judge people, but we all judge each other. That's my conclusion of everybody in our society. And don't say you don't, because I feel like I will point. If you say you don't, I will point out when you do it.
If you don't judge nobody, then let anybody around your kids. Then if you don't judge anybody, let your kid go to any school. If you don't judge nobody, just go to any old job Any old place. Just go
to
live.
any old neighborhood.
Exactly.
Go to Trenton. Go to Camden.
Go live in
Go
the
to
worst
Chicago.
in the worst neighborhood.
Yeah.
Why don't you do that? Why? Because you're judging it based on what you know, what you see.
Yeah.
Right? Based on what you see, you make a
what's that called? Assumption.
Yeah, pre-assumption.
Yes.
You evaluate it, and that's a judgment. You look at it and say, "Oh, I shouldn't be here because this is bad." The same with people. I shouldn't be around this person because this is not good. That's
people
judging.
Don't look at it that way.
It's
like
just
seriously,
politically correct to just say don't judge, but really, that's
no. We
how
all judge, guys. I disagree with that.
That's how we survive. Is by judging. Like you just don't like Christians judging. That's your problem. But I don't mean to go on a rant, but
no, we definitely are because it's very like.
I just want
annoying.
people to wake up to see how hypocritical they can be towards Christians, where they say don't judge, and you do it all the time. People
don't realize they do it. They do it unconsciously. And I am known to call things out. I'll be like, if I see somebody do it, I'm gonna call them out. Like I already call myself out. I judge. Yeah, I'm gonna let everybody know. I do. I call myself out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna work on it. Like I'm gonna try. Like I give people a chance to show who they really are before I even judge. But I tend to, if I see someone, I tend to think, oh, maybe he stuck up. Or, something like that. I've been judged too. People have called me stuck up based on how I look. Because I'm light skinned. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Or I've been called a white girl. No, seriously. I had a white girl call me a white girl. Yo, that's funny, right, guys? That's baffling there. Wow.
You're really cracking up about that.
No, because that's like, what? I'm serious. This was in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, are you kidding me? I didn't say nothing at the time. I wish I can go back in time and say something to her now, but I'm going to leave that alone.
She probably didn't mean nothing about it.
No, she did. She was mean. Okay, she was a mean white girl. Anyways, all I'm saying is that we all judge each other at the end of the day. So to conclude about Lil Nas, I didn't like it, and that's that.
I listen.
And I will pray that he gets his life together.
I was just about to say I'm not even judging. I'm praying for him. I'm not about to say what
I didn't like what I saw.
I'm not about to say that it's okay for him to just blaspheme like that, and then I don't think it's fair to say that Christians should just take it and that's pretty much it, But I pray for the young brother.
Yeah, he needs some guidance. He needs something.
I hope he, whatever that pain was, he said, because obviously he's trying to get back at the church, and while you're trying to get back at the church, you're hurting God.
Yeah.
You're trying to get back at those people that hurt you. Meanwhile, you're hurting the person who really cared about you, which is God,
To be
Jesus.
To be honest, I would literally like talk face to face with him and be like, see what's up. I really want to just have a conversation with him and get into his mind.
Yeah.
Like it would be like a therapy session.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
You may have whoever does it, I hope he goes to therapy or something. I think that's what he needs too. I mean, if he said he went through that, seek therapy then. Why you have to do all that extra stuff? It could be a publicity stunt too. Now everybody's talking about it, but he also getting sued by Nike because Nike supposedly said that they didn't approve it.
Oh yeah, Nike jumped really quick on that.
Real quick, like 0 to 100 quick.
I think they know they didn't want to lose Christians buying their stuff that would have been a big thing,
Wait, a lot of Christians buy it?
I don't know, but there's a lot
of
there's a couple of number of Christians in America, so I guess they figured they didn't want to take the chance to see how many Christians buy their product,
Well, if let's say Nike did do it, I would start buying Under Armour. I heard that's a the person who owns is a Christian.
I heard that too.
So let go. We're going that way. So
at the end of the day, whether you're a Christian or not, I would say the respect thing is where I'm getting at, you know. And as far as people saying that it's nothing wrong with Lil Nas what he did, you know,
that's
so
disturbing
again,
too.
you're saying that there's nothing wrong with that, but then you get on Christians about this or that. You know, don't be hypocritical about something, you know. That's all I'm saying is that if you don't believe, that's fine. I think we all can have a mutual respect for one another and still treat each other right at the end of the day. You know, not blaspheme one another, not talk about or try not to judge one another. Try not to beat each other across the head, or, you know, we know our differences, and that's pretty much it, you know.
Yeah. Do you think deep down, you think Christianity gets so much heat because deep down people know it's the truth? Yeah, and they feel convicted in their hearts, but they don't want to admit it.
Oh yeah, I think deep down everybody knows there's something about, you know, just Jesus and something different about that, you know. Because if you look at Muhammad, Confucius, and all these Buddhism, and you look at all these other gods and everything, nobody really bashes those things like that, or nobody goes back and forth arguing with those religions. But something about Christianity and people that follow Jesus, something is something about that
something about the name Jesus. Really? I had to put that in there.
So it's something about
it is the sweetest name.
Oh, Lord.
Wait, if y'all know that song, it's by Kirk Franklin. I had to put it in there. That was a perfect time to say that.
Wow.
You like that song? That's a good song.
Yeah, it's a nice song.
Yeah.
It's a nice song. Rance Allen passed away last year. I think he passed away last year.
Oh, wait, the one, what's his name? With the glasses and the gray hair?
Yeah.
He was in that song?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, rest in peace to him. He was really good. Good soul, nice soul. Mm-hmm. Very, very, like, gentle, so I can feel it when he was saying. He was like one of the greats in the Christian, like, gospel music.
Yeah.
Oh, well. But,
So, make sure you leave your comments on Instagram and YouTube. I know we said that before. I'm saying it again.
Yeah. Yes, we want. Yes.
Yeah, we want you to comment.
Comment, please. Please.
Please.
Please.
Like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube.
4 things you have to do.
Make sure you tell somebody about us. Make sure that if you want to get your name, you know, out there and just join the conversation with us. If you are any kind of artist and you're into anything that you want to be interviewed about, you can DM us on Instagram.
Yep. Or email us.
You can email us. And
and next week is our last episode of the season.
Gotcha. So,
and we're going to be dropping season 3 sooner than later.
Gotcha.
Aren't you excited, John?
Yes.
Yes. Bigger and better.
Yes. Like always. So, this has been another episode of
CJ Honesty.
Peace.
Just being honest, nothing but the truth.